Emma Harvey is Programme Director of the Green Finance Institute and leads the Coalition for the Energy Efficiency of Buildings, an industry-led collaboration with more than 130 organisations as members. It's focused on developing new financial products and solutions to help accelerate the decarbonisation of buildings. So perhaps we can start. You can tell me how green finance and particularly the coalition works.
Finance and green finance are going to be absolutely critical enablers for delivering the over £360 billion of investment that the UK Committee on Climate Change estimated is needed to decarbonise buildings. And this is exactly where green finance plays a critical role. Now, green finance can be viewed in many different ways, but at the Green Finance Institute, we like to see green finance in two lenses. One is greening finance, and the other is financing green. Now, this may sound like semantics, but it is quite important for understanding the breadth and the opportunity and the impact of the sector. So greening finance is all around risk, reporting, disclosures, and ensuring that the risks from climate change and the transition to a net zero economy are appropriately managed, and very much the purview of the regulator, and was kick-started by the recommendations of the Task Force for Climate-Related Financial Disclosure. On the other side, we have greening and financing green. Now, that is all around getting capital and investments to move towards positive environmental activities, channeling money towards real economy outcomes that can decarbonise our day-to-day activities and our lives. This focuses all on product innovation, on collaboration, and also on the need to educate and engage both the banking and finance community, but also the end customers, those businesses and those individuals who will be using the finance. And financing green covers a number of sectors. It obviously covers the built environment, but also renewable energy, the decarbonisation of transport, shipping, aviation, supply chains. It covers all areas of our economy that need to be decarbonised, and ranges from products from green bonds to sustainability-linked loans through to green mortgages and sustainable impact investing funds. So the key thing around green finance and how it works is the fact that we are on a journey towards mainstreaming green finance. You'd hope that in the future, all finance will be green finance. It will be finance pivoted and focused on a positive environmental outcome. So I think that probably leads quite nicely into the Green Finance Institute and our Coalition for the Energy Efficiency of Buildings. So a quick whistle stop on the Green Finance Institute. We were established in the summer of 2019 and seed funded by the UK government and the City of London Corporation, with the focus on mainstreaming green finance, both in the UK and internationally. The way that we aim to achieve this is by bringing together coalitions that bring together global experts from all different sectors of the economy, obviously from finance, but also from business, academia, civil society and government, really breathing the ethos that in order to tackle the climate crisis, we need to collaborate across different sectors and work with partners we haven't previously worked with. So these coalitions then focus on identifying the barriers to investment into decarbonising particular end sectors, and then collaboratively works with the coalition members to design and bring to market these financial mechanisms, testing and demonstrating that they can generate commercial returns, environmental impact, and can scale rapidly. And our flagship in the Institute in this space is the Coalition for the Energy Efficiency of Buildings. This launched in December 2019 and has grown over the last 18 months to an organisation with over 300 individual members, as you mentioned, drawn from over 130 different organisations. Last year, the coalition focused on identifying the barriers to investment into energy efficiency and heat decarbonisation in the residential building sector. And our focus now is on bringing to market the most commercially viable and highly scalable of those solutions. These range from enablers of finance like building renovation passports, metered energy savings and green rental agreements, through to pure financial products, such as green ISAs, green mortgages, property assessed clean energy finance, and demand aggregation financing.
So you've recently published a report on local authority retrofit finance, which seems pretty essential. What did that propose?
So the background to the local authority report, which we developed in partnership with UK Green Building Council's Accelerator Cities programme, identifies and is based all around the need for place-based solutions in order to get retrofitting happening at scale. And the report that we put out highlighted the real need for collaboration between local authorities and actors within the finance sector to understand the opportunities and the barriers and the challenges that both different parties face, and to try and then develop solutions that help to overcome them. We proposed a number of different recommendations, some of which focused on the important role of building trust between, using the local authorities' trust base and the trust that their citizenship have within local authorities to help deliver retrofitting and help deliver retrofit financing, but also tapping into the financial institutions' reach and relationships with customers. We also highlighted the importance of innovative new financing models. And one of the ideas that we put forward, or was referenced within the report, was something called a community municipal investment, which has been innovated by one of our coalition members, Abundance Investments. Community municipal investments, or CMIs, are a way for local authorities to raise funds at or below the rate offered by Public Works Loan Board. But importantly, it's a crowdfunding tool. Local citizens can invest into this community municipal investment as little as £5, I believe, and then they can actually see the benefits that their money is delivering in their local area. So that's one of the exciting ideas. Another exciting idea was around the need to have appropriate technical support for local authorities. So there are exciting conversations going on around potential accelerator schemes and where the research and the work that we did with UK Green Buildings Council can go next.
But there are arguably bigger problems in the private housing sector, and the rollout of retrofitting of private homes has been sluggish, to say the least. And what are you suggesting should be done to crack that problem? I mean, the abandonment of Rishi Sunak's £2 billion grant scheme and a much more meagre local authority rollout will certainly have an impact on how we improve the efficiency of domestic housing.
To try and achieve that, or to actually deliver that, it does come back to collaboration. I think it comes back to UK government and governments working in close collaboration with the industry. And that would include all key stakeholders across industry: finance, property, energy, NGOs, citizens, citizens representatives, etc. And the reason I say that is, in order to actually tackle the climate crisis, we really are going to have to innovate outside the box and break down those silos that we've traditionally had between our different sectors, because climate change is going to impact every part of our economy, and therefore we need every part of our economy to come on the journey. So cracking the nut, collaboration. The other opportunity, though, that I see, and we know that the government made a manifesto pledge to provide just over £9 billion towards the decarbonisation of buildings. The opportunity with public capital such as that is to use it to crowd in private capital. This is what we call blended finance, where you use a small amount of public financing to create an attractive returns environment and an attractive financing solution that can bring the private sector and bring private finance into the mix. We saw an incredibly successful model of this with the Green Investment Bank, which kick-started the UK's offshore wind sector. And what we're doing at the Institute and with our partners is exploring other opportunities and other blended finance mechanisms that could support the decarbonisation of buildings. This could include things from a guarantee mechanism for green mortgages that allows lower interest rates when you're renovating or acquiring a highly energy efficient property or improving its energy efficiency. This could be cornerstone investment into funds that can be focused on supporting the decarbonisation of social housing. And we think there's a really exciting opportunity with the recent announcement of the UK Infrastructure Bank to play a leading role, not only in providing funds, but also helping to provide the technical assistance that will get retrofitting and retrofit finance flows moving at pace.
And COVID does seem to have given green issues a bit of a boost. So what are your plans for the year ahead, and what are you doing particularly in preparation for COP26 in November?
So COP26 is a fantastic marker on the timeline and is really galvanising the finance sector, and obviously much wider than the finance sector, to be looking at green. And we hope that this momentum will carry on. And in fact, we feel like we know that this momentum will carry on beyond COP. And I think COP as well has really helped to push the mainstreaming of green finance forward. And this has been supported as well by measures by government and by the regulators, such as the Bank of England stress tests, and also, very importantly, the innovation and the forward thinking of individuals and organisations in the finance sector. So in the run-up to COP, our focus really is going to be on continuing the work that the Green Finance Institute and the Coalition for the Energy Efficiency of Buildings is working on. Now, this includes a number of different things. So, what are we trying to do? We're trying to build or continue to build on the momentum of the network we've developed through the SEEB. So we have, as I said, over 300 individual members, but we want to try and increase the breadth and increase the active participation of all actors across the industry. And so we really do welcome new members to come and join. We're also going to be focusing on bringing to market as rapidly as possible these demonstration projects, these financial, innovative new products that I mentioned earlier, bringing them to market, to test them, to demonstrate they generate attractive outcomes, and then to scale them up rapidly with the wider industry. We're going to have a lot of exciting announcements in the run-up to COP26 on that front. But the third area that we're focusing on, and plays very much actually into the international flavour of COP26, is the Coalition for the Energy Efficiency of Buildings is exploring opportunities to bring and leverage our very unique and outcome-focused innovation model, seeing how that can support other countries. So we're initially exploring opportunities in Europe, but also beyond. And we're exploring other areas of the built environment as well. And we're hoping to start exploring commercial buildings and the resiliency, flood resiliency in particular, of buildings. But that's just what's happening on the SEEB plate. Across the wider Green Finance Institute, we have launching very soon our new coalition on the decarbonisation of road transport. We continue to explore a lot of things in the nature-based solutions area, as well as exploring other exciting areas of the green finance landscape, such as green investment banks and credit enhancement guarantee facilities, and other really exciting and innovating opportunities that are happening in the green space. So I think I was going to wrap up and say, what is green finance and what is happening in this space? I'd say we have COP26, it is driving the market. We have innovative individuals and organisations across the finance sector and beyond who are desperately working to get green finance over the line, and we are seeing successes. And I really cannot wait to see green finance really become mainstreamed and for all green finance to basically be finance.
Thank you very much. Well, it's great that we've got COP26 this year, because it really is putting a lot of pressure on politicians to deliver. So thank you very much for your insights, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter.